go ice skating at lunchtime?
Oh, well, I brought my lunch.
Oh, come on.
Well, no, Murray, I tell you, when I skate, I just sort of like to, and you always want to... Oh.
It's all right. Have a nice, happy little day. You too. Yes? Something wrong?
Well, it's just that I've never seen you looking so refreshed.
Well, that's because I am refreshed. I got completely polluted last night.
Nothing like a good hangover to pick you up.
I wasn't hungover. You gotta be over to be hungover. I'm still half snockered. That was some evening. Me and John Corcoran, we were really flying.
John Corcoran, the one on the network news? Oh, I see him from Vietnam in his combat jacket, tucking under the bullet.
That's the one. He used to work here.
No kidding. He's great looking as he looks. I mean on television.
He's beautiful. That's coffee. Like last night, about 2 a.m., we're in this place, see, and John orders sake, Japanese wine, right?
Yeah?
Now, understand, we're not in some quaint little Japanese restaurant. We're in the Lucky 7-Eleven Bar and Grill, a saloon. Now, the bartender at the Lucky 7-Eleven doesn't get this request very often. But John just stands there looking him straight in the eye.
And the bartender got him the sake.
No, he threw us both out.
Mr. Grant, I seem to have missed the point of the story.
The point is, I haven't been thrown out of a saloon in years. And John managed it. That's what I call a newsman.
Well, if that's what you call a newsman, what do you call this?
Hi, guys.
What are you doing in so early?
I'm in because I'm upset about being wakened at 2 a.m. by an obscene phone call. I've never had anyone say things like that to me.
What are you telling me about it for?
Because it was you.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry about that, Ted. It's just that whenever I'm with the really first-class newsman, I get furious thinking about you.
I'm glad he apologized.
I think it cleared the air.
Newsroom. Yeah, okay. That was the receptionist. She sounded like she was doing deep breathing exercises. John must be on his way up. Now look, everybody, I know John, and even though he is kind of a famous guy and won a lot of awards, don't make a big deal over him, okay? It would only embarrass him.
You still can't say hello like other people, can you, Murray?
You see, what did I tell you? He's embarrassed.
How are you?
What are you doing up this early?
Don't you remember, Lou, last night we were sitting on the curb in front of the Lucky 7? You said I could use my old desk if I needed it. But it's occupied.
Oh, was this... Well, all the desks are occupied. I mean, I never use mine. I'm Mary Richards.
John Corcoran.
You gonna be around later? I'll buy you a sandwich.
Fine.
Maybe we can get thrown out of a luncheonette.
No, you can't, Mr. Grant. You're having lunch with the sanitation commissioner.
Oh, yeah. Talk about garbage over lunch. Sorry, John.
Well, look, as long as I'm chasing you out of your desk, gonna take you to lunch?
Yes.
Good.
Well, I guess you can take care of yourself. After all, it's just a lunch. Come on, John. Come on.
Lunch.
Lunch. Murray?
This is very good fettuccine. You sure you don't want to try it?
No, thank you. I've got this little meat patty here. John?
What?
I lied. I want to try your fettuccine.
More?
Oh, no? I've seen you on television, haven't I? Don't tell me, you're,
John Corcoran.
No, Yes, you are. Oh, I just love your news. Oh, I mean, I don't, I really hate the news, but the way you do it. Oh,
Thank you very much.
It's really just heaven. I wonder, would you?
Oh, my pleasure. Is there anything special you want me to write?
Yes. To the most well-informed woman I have ever met. That'll just destroy my husband. Is she,
Yes, she is.
Oh, would you mind? Oh, thank you so much. You're welcome. I shouldn't have done that.
What's the harm?
Well, I didn't want to disappoint her, so I wrote the first name that came into my mind. Ringo Starr. Mrs. Ringo Starr. I didn't want to spend the whole afternoon trying to figure out who Mary Richards is.
Well, I can think of worse ways to spend an afternoon.
Well, let's talk about you. Before Vietnam, weren't you in Russia?
Yes. Are you involved with anyone right now?
No. How about some dessert?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were on a diet. What would you like?
Actually, I was thinking about having the fettuccine. Are you going to throw those away?
You want them?
Oh, yeah. My girlfriend and I are pooling our trading stamps.
Oh, well, look, in that case... Here.
What did you ever buy to get all these?
A camper truck and everything to stock it with.
A camper truck?
Yeah, I thought I'd take some time off to just drive around the country. I haven't seen it for a long time.
Oh, thank you.
I'm married, Mary.
Yes, I know. Your ring.
Does it bother you?
It didn't bother me until you asked me if it bothered me. I mean, I don't know why I even bring it up. This is just a lunch, right?
No, I was thinking of it as a little more than just a lunch.
But, I mean, that's what it is. Look, rolls, butter, ice water, restaurant. That's a lunch.
Let me explain why I told you I'm married.
No, it's not
Well, the reason I told you I'm married is because I'm separated.
Oh, John, why don't we change the subject?
All right.
If you're so separated, how come you're still wearing the wedding ring?
That's a funny thing.
Oh, is it?
I just can't seem to get it off. Now, go on, try it.
Well, no, I'll take your word for it.
I guess to get it off, I'll have to cut it off.
Oh, waiter, could I have a knife? My butter. You wouldn't let me. Look, all right, I'll admit he's intelligent, charming, good-looking, really polite. But the important thing is, I'm just not interested in him.
I know what you mean. Looks, intelligence, charm. They turn me off, too.
Yeah. Okay, think about this, Rhoda. What happens when these separated men go back to their wives?
I don't know. Maybe a little kissing, fooling around. I don't know.
I mean to us.
Oh, Mary.
Rhoda, go home. Who is it?
John Corcoran.
Rhoda, stay right here. Well, hi, John.
Hi.
Won't you come in?
Thanks.
John, I'd like you to meet my roommate, Rhoda Morgenstern. Rhoda, this is John Corcoran.
How do you do?
Hi. Got any more stamps?
What am I laughing at? Everywhere I go, they keep shoving these things at me. There.
Ooh, great.
John and I had lunch together today.
Oh, yeah, I think you mentioned that.
Oh. Well, sit down, John. John's just back from Vietnam.
I think you mentioned that.
Oh. He just bought one of those,
A camper, you told me.
to drive around the country?
Yeah. Where you from, anyway?
Los Angeles. That is, my wife lives there. We're separated.
I know.
I think I mentioned that. Would anyone like some coffee?
None for me, Mayor. I just want to go to bed.
I'm sorry, I'm keeping you up.
No, you're not. All I have to do is go upstairs to my apartment.
I thought you two were roommates.
What made you think that?
Mary just said so.
Oh. She's right.
John, how do you take your coffee?
Black. He took it black at lunch.
What are you doing?
Sweeping.
I thought you were making coffee.
I am. It's going to taste a little strange, though.
You can forget about the coffee.
Well, no, really, I'll just make instant. Why don't you go talk to Rhoda?
It's a little difficult talking to Rhoda.
Why?
She's asleep.
Don't believe it.
Like it or not, Mary, we're alone.
Well, why don't we be alone out there? I really should wake her and send her home.
No, don't. You'll feel better with her here, won't you?
Yes. John, look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being separated. I mean, maybe I'm being dumb, but there are all kinds of ways of being separated, you know? I mean, I had an uncle who used to go to a convention for 2 weeks every year, and for those 2 weeks, he was separated. And then my aunt found out, and they were separated. And I'm not saying, you know, that you, I don't know what I'm saying.
You're saying it might be better if we don't see each other.
Yes.
Okay. We won't see each other again. Goodbye, Mary.
Goodbye, John.
See you at the office.
Right.
What are you working on? I think there might be an idea for a good documentary in this. America by someone who hasn't seen it for 3 years.
Who? Jimmy Hoffa?
Hi.
Am I in your way?
No.
If I am, I can use this end of the desk and you can have the rest.
No, really. I never use the desk. Excuse me. My labels. My addresses.
Mary, there's nothing wrong with sharing a desk with a separated man.
I know. It's just I never use a desk. Really.
I'm working against the deadline and you're putting labels in my typewriter. Well, Mary, look, I was wondering about something. Maria and I are having some people over Friday, and we want you to come.
Oh, good. I'd love to.
And look, if you're the kind of person who thinks they have to bring a bottle of wine or something, don't bother. We have all the wine we need.
Okay.
We're a little short on cognac, though.
Hi, guys. Hey, Johnny. Don't get any ideas about taking over my job.
A sincere-looking chimp could take over his job.
What's that, Murr?
I said a sincere-looking Ted. My wife and I are having some people over Friday night, and we thought maybe you'd like to come.
But gee, Murr, Friday's the night I tape Sunday's News and Review.
Shucks.
Sorry to disappoint you. Good evening. This is Ted Baxter.
He's never been able to figure out why we always have our parties on Friday nights.
Mary,
Hi again. Yes, sir?
sit down. Did John say anything to you?
About what?
He asked if I could spare you to help him on some research, and I said okay.
He asked you for me?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Huh?
No, sir, I can't.
We seem to have a little misunderstanding here. What I just said was not a request. He's a friend of mine, and he needs some help. and I want you to help him. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Then I expect you to help him.
No, sir. It would make things very uncomfortable for me.
Why?
Well,
Oh. Mary, I'm going to say something to you, and I hope you won't take it the wrong way. You're the biggest jerk I ever met.
how could I possibly take that the wrong way?
You're a big girl, over 21 and then some. Don't you know enough not to affiliate with charmers like John Corcoran?
I didn't affiliate with him. We had lunch, just one lunch.
I've seen him mess up 3 or 4 women's lives during a coffee break. You keep away from him.
That's what I'm trying to do, but you're making it very hard for me. I have to share a desk with him. Now you want me to...
All right. It's my fault. But how did I know you'd see anything in him? I don't know what anyone sees in anybody. Remind you, I like John. He's what you call a man's man. But that can be bad news if you're a lady.
You mean like his wife?
He separated again?
Again?
John and his wife had more reunions than the Whiffenpoofs. Well, listen, maybe he's being straight with you. One of these separations has to stick.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Grant, but it really has nothing to do with me.
Good girl. Not that he's a bad guy. When I think of the times I've sat on a bar stool and sopped up his stories. Oh, there was this girl in Chicago. If he so much as comes near you, you let me know.
Again.
Mary, it's disaster time.
What?
They're preempting Sunday's News and Review for that Washington press conference.
The president?
No, the Attorney General's wife. And that means Ted can come to my dinner party.
Murray.
Maybe he'll get lost. Mary, did Lou talk to you about...
Oh, about my working for you.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but he decided that I have too much to do, so sorry.
Okay. I'll see you Friday night, though.
Well, John, I'm going to be busy Friday night. I really am. I'm going to Murray's house.
So am I.
Mary, would you care for a minute?
No, thank you.
Ah, that's good wine.
You're drinking scotch.
It's my favorite kind of wine.
We were so sorry that your wife couldn't come.
Yeah, I know. Well, we sort of have a kind of a deal. She doesn't drag me to any of the dumb things she gets invited to, and I don't. I think I'll have some more of that Scotch wine.
Ted, it's so nice seeing you outside of the office for a change.
Yes, well, some celebrities don't like to socialize with their coworkers, but I feel it's good for morale.
Oh.
You're not talking to me.
Well, certainly I'm talking to you. Of course I am. Marie, the chop suey was fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Speaking of things Oriental, when I was on assignment in the Far East last year, I found the natives very friendly. And our boys delighted to be there.
Did you?
That's because he was in Hawaii.
You don't have to go to Vietnam to get a big story.
That's right. Ted came back with a terrific piece on surfing.
Thanks, Lou.
Well, I think Ted had the right idea. All last year I had the feeling I was in the wrong place. Not now, though.
Marie, I just love what you've done with the house.
Oh, thank you. Murray, honey, why I get the coffee, why don't you show everybody who wants to see it the rest of the place?
Love to.
Anybody else want to take the tour? Please.
Well, I've already seen the house, of course. So, John, why don't you take the tour?
No, thanks. Not right now.
Follow me.
You know, I see this girl all day long, and all we ever talk about is business. So for a change, I'd like to talk to her about something else.
And there are so many things to talk about.
There sure are. You get those books out of research that I had you?
Yes, sir, I did.
That's business, isn't it?
But then what's wrong with talking about business?
I think I'll go join the tour. I'll see you soon.
Don't miss the master bathroom. It's the highlight.
Mr. Grant, thanks
For what?
for what you did. I appreciate it. But, Mr. Grant, don't do it again, okay?
It's tough to say you're welcome after a thank you like that.
Well, it's just that I've got to figure out how to handle this myself. I just wish he'd stop coming on like this in front of everybody.
Maybe I can figure out a subtle way of getting him under a cold shower.
I think so far, you and I, though, are probably the only ones who are aware of what's going on.
And this is the family room. The tour is over. Oh, this is nice. We were here before, Ted. Well, it's still nice. Game time!
Games? Sure, games. What's a party without a few games? You know, charades, association.
Oh, I thought you were going to have us all get in sacks and hop across the room.
Hey, does anybody have any new games?
How about the truth game?
You know what's always fun? Continuation. I think that's what it's called. You must have played it, where somebody says a word, and then the person next to them has to use a word beginning with the last letter of your word.
Sounds great.
Well, no, it really is. Like, well, if you said boy, then Ted would say yellow, because yellow begins with Y.
So do we just keep on doing this, or does the game have an end?
No, it ends. It ends when someone's stumped.
Well, let's try it anyway.
I'll begin. Box.
Well, let me see if I understand this. I have to say a word that begins with the last letter of your word.
X.
X.
Game's over.
John, what was that truth game you mentioned?
It's very simple. We each make a statement about ourselves. Then it's up to everybody else to guess if that statement is true or false. And the whole point is to make your statement intriguing. That way you get an idea of what people think about you. Remember, the whole point is to say something provocative. Let me try one. I think I'm in love with a person in this room.
True.
A person in this room. Now we'll have to spend the whole night figuring out.
It's your turn, Mary.
My? Okay. All right, my turn. I think that there is a person in this room who uses the word love like other people use the word hello.
False.
True.
I didn't know this game could have ties.
Let me try another. I'm seriously thinking of getting a divorce.
John, no, you're not.
Would you believe it? I'm usually good at this game.
Boy, did she wipe you out pretty good. Come on, wait, say we go back to the lucky 7-Eleven, and this time we'll really get some sake.
You want to come, Mary?
No, thank you.
You're incredible. You never give up. You'll be pitching when they're nailing the box closed on you.
Marie Murray, thank you very much.
Enjoyed the function. Thanks a lot.
Hey, wait a minute. The game. It's my turn. Extra.
Who is it? Rhoda. Hi. I was just coming in and saw your light. How was Murray's party? Well, it turned into a sort of farewell party. Oh, yeah? For who? John and me.
You mean no more stamps? Oh, Mary, our partnership is just bombed. It takes us a year to get an electric blender now.
Well, I think I have a plan. Why don't we split the books? You take 6, I'll take 6. We'll each get what we want.
Great.
I'm going to get the baseball mitt.
What?
For my nephew's birthday.
Oh. Hey, I'm gonna get one of these.
For the barbecue?
No, the guy in the chef's hat standing behind it.
Things a little slow today, Murr?
Yeah,
How would you like an exclusive story?
I'd love it.
My fan club is having its annual Ted Baxter Bridge Tournament tonight.
Oh, that's exclusive, all right. Last year, they couldn't find a 4.
Mayor, would you like to play?
Oh, gee, Ted, I would. I'd like to, but I've got an aunt from my hometown coming in, and I'm going to take her to dinner and a movie.
Oh, well, why don't you bring her to a TV show?
Well, I don't think there are a lot of famous TV shows done here in Minneapolis.
Oh, wait a minute, Mary. I think you're missing Ted's point.
I think she'd find it inspiring to watch a top-flight newscaster in action. I mean, not just reading the news, but the inside stuff. Wardrobe, makeup, the way I make that fist before I go on. You know, all that inside stuff.
Uh-huh.
Mary, did you finish that letter?
Oh, yes, sir, I'll get it for you.
What are you doing here?
Just trying to keep up the troops' morale, Lou.
Does he really believe that? Incredible.
Here it is, Mr. Grant.
Oh, thanks. Fix me a drink, will you?
Can't fix his own drink. I'm not a bartender. Bun suit.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Mary!
Mr. Grant, there is an intercom.
Yeah, I know, but I figured this way is more personal. You read up that story in the South American Revolution?
Yeah, I have a standard story. I just fill in the name of the country, the names of the generals, etc.
Yes, I know. I'm going home and change my dress before I meet my aunt.
You better. You smell like a distillery.
A great distillery.
Mary, did you just call for help?
Yes!
What is it? What's the matter?
My clothes!
Oh, I see what you mean. You smell like you've been dancing with Dean Martin.
No! Not these clothes, those clothes, my closet.
Oh, is it safe?
Yes.
Mary? I heard you yell for help. I would have come sooner, but I had something in the oven. What's wrong?
There's nothing in Mary's closet. There's nothing in Mary's closet. Where are your clothes?
Gone. Everything in the closet is gone. Mary, call the police.
You're right.
I gotta call the police. I hope they get here in a hurry. My poor aunt is waiting for me on a street corner.
Hey, Mary, let me handle this. If you want the cops fast, I can get them here fast for you.
Great.
Hello, police. There's a man with a gun trying to get into my apartment.
Rhoda?
Mary Richards, 119 North Weatherly, apartment D. Hurry! He's coming in!
Rhoda,
He's pulling the phone out of my hand! They should be here shortly.
Rhoda, I don't think you should have done that.
Oh, they don't mind. They get calls like that all day long.
Oh, I can't tell you how creepy I feel to know that there was some stranger in here breathing heavily and pawing at my things with his hairy arms.
How do you know he's got hairy arms?
Oh, I just know.
What did he take, Mary?
Everything. All of my clothes. Everything. Even my brand new cape that I haven't finished paying for yet.
Oh, Mary, well, it won't do any good to get angry with him. Criminals are misunderstood enough to begin with.
Yeah. Well, stealing my cape is not going to help him in his quest for understanding.
Especially if he wears it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whoever did it was drinking heavily at the time.
That's Mary.
And this is it. I haven't got a thing to wear. You know, that's probably the first time that a woman has ever said that, and it's really been true.
Hey, I'll loan you something.
Mary, you can borrow a dress from me.
Oh, thank you. You are both so thoughtful.
Yes, Rhoda, that's very thoughtful of you, dear, but Mary and I have the same taste. Good.
Nothing.
Mary, that was really rotten. Ow, poor Mary. It's all right. We're going to get some. Mary,
It's nothing that can't be replaced.
Don't hold it close. Sure. It's going to be good.
meet my aunt.
You get a
Excuse
box.
me.
Oh, thank goodness.
I told you.
Where is he?
Who?
You made a phone call?
I did not make the
Who made the
phone
phone call?
Well,
Did you make the phone call?
she dialed.
Well, who lives here?
She lives here.
So
I
now-
live downstairs.
But you
She lives
Oh,
upstairs.
but
you were the-
listen, you can
Sure.
put the guns away because about the phone call, actually, we were just kidding about the gunman part.
You were kidding about a gunman?
Hey, fellas, let's look at the positive side. True, there's no gunman, but there was a robbery.
If there was no gunman, why did you say there was a gunman?
She wanted you to come quickly.
What else you girls do for laughs? To turn in false alarms?
Oh, that's me. Over here. I mean, I wasn't drinking it. I just, I spilled it on my person. Would you like to see the scene of the crime?
Tully, see what's missing?
It's right in here.
Yeah, check.
Officer, I'm Phyllis Lindstrom, and I'm aware that all over the country there is controversy concerning the police. I just want you to know that I have an open mind.
That's nice.
Jackson, there's certainly a lot missing in that closet.
Oh? Can I have your name, please?
Yes, sir. It's Mary Richards, and I am the Rob E.
Victim.
Rhoda Morgenstern. I'm her friend.
Officer Tully.
I'm Phyllis Lindstrom. I live downstairs.
Nice to meet you. We met in the closet, Officer Jackson.
All right, if we're through with the introductions, would you girls like to sit down? I'd like to ask Miss Richards exactly what happened. Miss Richards, exactly what happened?
I was wrong. Somebody came into my apartment and stole all of my clothes. And my TV.
At least they didn't take your records.
That's right. That's right. At least they did not take my records. But they took my stereo. Oh,
Oh, gee, that's too bad. What time did this happen?
I don't know. It must have been while I was at work.
Oh, then you weren't robbed.
I wasn't?
You're burglarized.
Ah, that's a relief. Officers, continue your questioning. Mary, I'm going to get you a dress.
I'll get you a better one.
When did you first realize that there was a robbery?
A burglary.
When I came home about 10 minutes ago and looked in my closet and noticed that there was nothing in it.
Is there anyone you suspect?
No.
Jackson, no suspects. This next question that I am going to ask you, you may think it's a very personal type of question, but for those of us who have taken the exam to be a detective, as we know, it has to be asked. Does anyone else have a key to your apartment?
No.
I didn't think so. Jackson, there's something very intriguing about this case.
Yeah, I wonder what. Leave the detecting to the detectives. I want to talk to you for a minute.
Yeah, excuse me. Just be brief. You always have to put me down in front of people?
Only when you start acting like Ironside.
You're acting like Ironsides.
Officers, I do hate to seem to be rushing things, but I really have to get going.
Just be a few more minutes. Jackson, why don't you check the window sash over there? Huh?
Mary, here's a dress for you. It's brand new, never been worn.
Oh, Phil. Here it is, Mayor. It has 10,000 miles on it, but it's just back from the cleaners. Oh, that's the brakes, Phil.
Polly, come on.
Wait a second. Would you wait a second? I want to see how she looks in it.
Officer Tully, you know, Bess, that's my daughter. Oh, Officer Jackson should be here. He would appreciate this. Bess came home from school the other day and she said, the policeman is our friend.
That's very nice. I'll tell Officer Jackson.
You know what I said to Bess? I said, Bess, you are absolutely right.
Gives you an idea of the fantastic conversations they have at home. Well, one thing's good. Mary won't have to worry about being robbed again.
Oh, that's not necessarily true. You see, many times they come back to the same place.
Do me a favor. Don't tell Mary that.
I heard. Is that true?
Oh, you look terrific. That's a great color for you.
Thank you. Is that true what you said, that they sometimes come back?
Oh, seldom, very seldom. And if you need any help, just, call and ask for 1636.
All right. Extension 1636.
No, badge 1636.
Badge.
I don't have an extension. Nice meeting you, girls.
Yeah, Tully. We'll have to do this again sometime.
Thank you.
I hope your aunt doesn't think that's a maternity dress.
Hi, Mr. Grant.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me the extra half hour. I think I got some really good dresses. Anything big happening around here?
Nothing. The biggest story of the day is that somebody talked at the Paris peace talks.
Boy, I never realized what a hassle being robbed could be. The man at the insurance agency acted as though he thought I did it.
You settle a claim yet?
Yeah, I signed yesterday and got the check today. For about 20% of what my clothes were worth.
Well, at least they paid off quickly.
Yes, and then they canceled my policy.
That figures. They love you as long as you never have a claim.
Hey, Mayor, did you buy some new clothes?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I bought a sport coat that color. Brings out my eyes.
Which one, the blue or the pink?
Start writing. Red China just signed a mutual defense pact with Albania.
Albania, that's the capital of New York, isn't it? Well, I've got to go watch a show on educational television.
Sesame Street.
That reminds me, there's some really great television on tonight. And I won't be able to watch it. They stole my TV.
You can come over to our place and watch it, man.
Oh, thanks, Murray. No, I guess I'll just stay home and have a good time listening to my records. No. Well, I'll just stay home and have a good time cleaning my oven.
We'll get whoever did this, I promise you.
That's what you said the first time.
Look, being hysterical will not do you any good.
Well, being calm didn't do me any good either.
Everything will be all right.
Coward.
Well, need a list of what's missing.
Everything!
A pattern's beginning to emerge.
Yes, the pattern is this guy keeps coming back and robbing me.
Burglarizing.
Oh, whatever you call it, when is he gonna stop?
I think he's about finished.
Well, Well, you still have your lamp, your sofa, and that M thing.
Hey, wait a minute, fellow. If this kid gets hit again, the Red Cross is gonna have to come in with coffee and donuts.
I saw the police car downstairs and I wondered what happened. Oh, Mary, your apartment. Oh, I know. You. It's your job to protect innocent citizens from things like this. Look at that poor girl. What kind of a police department do we have here anyway?
We're doing our very best, Phyllis. Did you notice any strange people around here today?
Just the usual. Wait a second. As I was leaving for my Esperanto class, I saw a big truck parked right out in front. I didn't think anything about it at the time.
Can you describe this big truck?
Yes, officer. It was a truck. Big.
Phyllis, please try, because the only hope I have of getting my things back is if you can remember. So, Phyllis, if you could.
It was blue.
Good.
Or was it green?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
I guess it was blue-green. Sort of an off blue-green. Not unlike the color of my new hostess gown.
Why don't you give them a swatch?
Was there anything else you noticed besides the blue-green?
That, and the license number. The license number?
You wrote down the license number? That's terrific.
Oh, no, I didn't write it down. I remembered it.
You remembered all those numbers, all those letters?
I just have one of those minds.
She does. She has one of those minds.
All right. What's the number?
BB7 77777.
Good. I'll put an alert for this big truck.
Jackson, put in an alert for that big truck. A major clue. That's, to have a license plate and the color.
Great.
We're really making headway.
Officer Tully, I want to apologize for acting so emotional before, and you're doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, when you're studying to be a detective, you kind of get a sixth sense for these things.
Hey, Mary, you know what you need, kid? A good night's sleep. Why don't you stay up at my place tonight?
You're perfectly welcome to sleep at my place.
Or even stay at...
Don't say it.
I am on duty. Why can't my partner learn to use the horn? You know what I mean? Just a little beat, that's all you need.
I can't forget the old superstition about bad things coming in threes. I walked into my apartment last night. I looked everywhere, even the refrigerator.
Well, a little bit of paranoia is a character developer.
I haven't slept more than a couple of hours the last few days. I keep thinking he's going to come back and steal my sofa, too.
Look, Mayor, I don't know if you can use any of this. We've had it around for quite a while.
Oh, Murray.
Well, they're practically antiques. Now, this is an alarm clock, and it's so old it has Roman numerals.
Oh,
And here's a waffle iron in case you have any waffles you want to iron.
oh, that's great. Murray, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Well, it was all Marie's idea.
Morning, Murray.
Morning, Lou.
Morning, Mr. Grant.
Mary. I don't like the coffee it makes. Maybe you will.
Murray, will you look at this? This pot has never been used. He went out and bought it for me.
Well, don't tell anyone. You'll ruin his image. Hi-ho, everyone. I think you can quit worrying. The third bad thing just happened. A little something to help you rebuild, Mayor. It's for your kitchen.
Oh, Ted.
It's an ice crusher.
Oh, Ted, that's sensational. You know, I've always wanted an ice crusher, but it's the kind of thing you never think to go out and buy for yourself. Thank you.
Is it electric or manual?
All right, so it isn't one of those big electric fancy ones. What's wrong with that?
Calling that an ice crusher is like giving someone a match and calling it a barbecue.
Here, Mayor, I'll show you how it works. You put an ice cube in your hand here, see? And then you strike it like this, and voila!
I've always wanted to know what voila meant, and now I know. It means I've got a handful of crushed ice.
You're some joker.
Thank you, Ted.
The last of the big spenders.
Oh, come on. It's the thought that counts.
I know, and he has cheap thoughts.
Newsroom, Mary Richards. Larry Tully, Officer Larry Tully. Well, I'm fine, thanks. You did? Oh, that's great. Yes, thank you. Yes, I'll be right there. Goodbye. That was my policeman, Officer Larry Tully. They think they got the guy who did the robbery. I have to go down to the police station.
Hey, that's great.
Oh.
Well, now that you know the guy's been caught, maybe you won't be so nervous.
Oh, come on, Murray. I was never really nervous.
All right, let's see here. Richards, Mary Richards breaking and entering.
Yes, that's me.
Tully said if you got here before him to wait. Would you like a magazine?
Oh, thank you very much.
Don't he look like a nice fella? Wanted for murder, assault, and armed robbery. Triple threat. You just can't tell anything about anybody by looking at him.
True.
You know what I do every morning? Get up and go over to the park and sit on a bench. Ever since I was a little kid, I've seen old men sitting on park benches. It's kind of boring, but I figured it's my obligation.
That's very nice.
What are you here for?
Robbery.
Really? No.
No, I was robbed. Burglarized.
That's bad. A lot of that going around.
Especially in my apartment. Happened to me twice.
I've been mugged 13 times.
Well, you certainly don't look it.
Oh, I guess I'm just mug prone. Of course, hanging around the park doesn't help. You'd think those muggers would go to a nicer neighborhood so they could make a better living.
Yes. Tell me, have you ever been to one of these identifications before?
13 times. You just go in that room over there and they line the guys up. It's better than sitting on a park bench.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have a pretty difficult time identifying this man.
How come?
I've never seen him before.
That'll make it tough, all right.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Jerry.
Hi.
Well, what do you think? How do you like it?
What? Oh, congratulations. You made detective.
No, it's just a new suit.
Oh, well, you certainly should be a detective.
Thank you.
Do I have to see the burglar?
No.
Oh, good. One thing. Did he have hairy arms?
Yes.
I knew it.
No, we just want you to identify some of your things.
You got my things back?
Well, we think so.
How did you do it? That's terrific.
Well, Jackson and I had just come on duty, and we were cruising when we spotted the truck.
And you recognized it from Phyllis's description?
No, they had changed the license plate, but there was still something suspicious about it. They were trying to make people think they were one of those charity groups.
Well, that certainly was pretty tricky of them,
Well,
wasn't it?
it would have been, except for the name they had printed on the truck. The Salvation Navy. Stupid people.
Well, I think you did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
You know, this man is a wonderful policeman. He really should be made detective.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. He's the same rank as I am. We can get the receipts for everything she takes. Right.
My TV set.
Your alleged TV set.
And my alleged clothes. Oh, great.
The rest of the stuff is down at the warehouse.
Oh.
Hello, Miss Richards.
Oh, hello, Officer Jackson.
Did Officer Tully tell you you'll have to leave one of your dresses for evidence?
No.
Oh, yes.
Oh. Well, here. No, that's my favorite. I want to wear that tomorrow. All right, take this one.
You know, I like that one.
Do you like that?
Right.
Mary, I'm sorry to startle you. I just came up to get my dress I needed for tonight.
How did you get in?
Oh, well, I used my nail file. Mary, your lock is really easy to pick. No wonder you get knocked over so often.
Bill, couldn't you have waited until I got home?
Well, I didn't know how late you'd be. Lars and I are going to the SCARD convention.
Bill, what is SCARD?
SCARD. S-C-A-R-D.
Uh-huh.
SCARD. The Society of Concerned and Responsible Dermatologists. Lars is speaking on the social implications of dandruff.
Oh, that certainly sounds exciting.
Would you like to come, Mary? I've got an extra ticket.
No, I've got a date.
Well, I'll get you 2 tickets.
It's a double date.
Well, I'll get you 4 tickets.
Actually, Phil, the 4 of us are going to a large dinner party. So...
Mary, if you really want them, I can scrape up 50 tickets.
Phil, there are 52 of us. So have a good time.
Tough luck, Mary.